All right, everyone, we're here connected to Delphin. They did bring stuff that I expect. I mean, we see the Glamora, so they're going to do some hazard stuff. Makes sense. They do have the Comfy. Obviously, their Terra Captain Electivire up there at the top. Bundle plus Cinderace. No Gudra, no Vikavolt, so no Webs, no Dunsparce, which is also an issue for my team. I really like how Gouging Fire looks in this game. It looks incredible. If we're ever able to give it an opportunity. Also, Rotom looks really, really good. They probably have Motor Drive on their Electivire. But besides that, I mean, Rotom absolutely destroys them. Weavile's solid here too. Obviously, the bundle is faster though. And I could just lead Shreds. It's a good lead. Leads well into Cinderace, into Glamora. Not into bundle though, which is the unfortunate part. Which is why I think I'm going to lead off with Rotom here, because it has a great matchup into basically their entire team. Even if the Electivire comes out, I can either hard swap or I can just click Hydro into them. We look have fun to our opponent. I really just need to play it smart, get rid of that Electivire early, and then Rotom goes crazy versus them. And that really should be the game plan. I also really like how Petrunt looks, being able to take out stuff like Mandibuzz if they're not Covert Cloak. But we do have Toxic on top of that anyways. They're going to lead with Cinderace. I mean, if this thing is not Choice Scarf, then we outspeed them and one-shot them. They don't have a great switch into Hydro anyways, so I'm just going to go for it off the bat. They might, scout for this, but they don't switch in. Yep, we're just going to hit. This should knock them out. Turn one. Yes, we do. Perfect. So now they see that we're Scarfed, but still, I mean, we're in a great spot with that. And if they go to Iron Bundle, I think I'll go hard Hariyama because we are Thick Fat and Assault Vested. And I feel like they should go into that and just click Freeze Dry. Yeah, great start for us. Our Rotom set working perfectly. What else could we potentially see come out here? Maybe Comfy, which would be scary. We do have Trick Choice Scarf though. I mean, obviously we can't click it this turn, but it makes that thing not quite as much of a threat. I wonder if they're Covert Cloak on that Pokemon though. They definitely could be. I don't know. They are going to go straight out to Comfy. I'm very worried about getting Calm Minded up on here. If we go Petrunt, if they're like +1 Spadef, even with max HP, we would live. I mean, we would be able to break sub. Even if they're potentially max Spadef overall, we still break sub. So we're going to go Petrunt here. Throw off a free Malignant Chain, I think. If they do Calm Mind, they can do a decent chunk of damage to me with Stored Power. Especially if they're like max Modest. That could be a worry. If they're max Modest after a Calm Mind, they never OHKO me, which is nice. And if they're not fast, then we outspeed them anyways. And Malignant Chain is just very free. So yeah, we are swapping out here. I mean, I assume we see Calm Mind. I also could see some fun like Trick Set. They do Giga Drain, so that's great for me. I mean, that is just insane. I could Toxic here, but I think Malignant Chain is fine. I also could double predicting the Glamora to come out. Go out to something like Iron Treads. I honestly really like that play. Because even if they stay in, we're still fine. So I'm going to double out to Treads. Because it catches the Glamora, obviously. Which probably should be the switch in. And then if Comfy does end up staying in, I mean, then we have our Iron Treads, which just clicks Iron Head and can OHKO this thing if they're not defensive, as they do with Draw. Perfect. Do we see Glamora? It's Crossbone. No, it's not, but that's still perfectly fine. Maybe they are a Covert Cloak based on the way they brought it out, though. Mandibuzz. I mean, we should still be pretty fine versus this thing. We can freely Volt Switch out, which I really like. If they do want to go out to Electivire, then I can always swap at that point. We're just going to click Volt. And honestly, I think we're going to go back into Petrunt and just click Toxic. There's no reason to Malignant. Okay, we're going to get a Volt Switch. I guess they could potentially U-turn and then go out to Glamora, which would be annoying. Is there a better swap at this point? I mean, potentially Rotom Wash just comes out and is very solid. I could go Gouging. I don't like that because they can just click Foul Play. Man, I really like the Rotom idea. And Petron is a little bit safer, but I think they either Foul Play or they U-turn, so I should go Rotom. They also could Brave Bird, which would make this good. They just Foul Play, yeah. Okay. They did 52. That's very typical. And then Volt Switch is super free here. I also very, very much like Hydro Pump, or even doubling out, predicting the Electivire to come in, or even Comfy. If Electivire or Comfy come in, I can make the pivot out to Pecharunt. I also kind of just like Hydro. Hydro's very free, so I think I'm going to go for Hydro. They're just going to straight up withdraw. I think Electivire might want to come out here. I think this is Electivire. Yeah. Come on, please hit. We do. Perfect. And that does a ton. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of damage. What are they at? 25, 30, a little bit over 30. So they're not, I don't know. They definitely do not live another one. I'm pretty sure, even if they tear it into water or grass or something. Is it worth it? This Rotom is so good in this game. I do think it is. I mean, if we hit this, we should just straight up be able to knock him out. I guess they could also be Choice Scarfed. But if they're Scarf, Adamant, Supercell Slam, they do 211, or I have 211. They do 193 max. Well, Hydro. I guess they could be Tera Electric, as they're just going to double out. That's great. That Pokemon is so low now. And this is the bundle for sure. Okay. Iron Bundle. Oh, is that a crit? No, they just take 1,000,000%. Oh my. It's actually a dirty roll to be able to knock it out. I'm definitely not going to go for it. We're just going to go hard out to Hariyama here. But I could have. Hydro Pump is just so free versus them now. It basically just sweeps them. They don't have any Pokemon that can switch into Hydro anymore. So we'll go Hariyama. They should... Okay, they go for Hydro Pump. That does a good chunk. And their Life Orb. Okay. Life Orb. I mean, I'm playing this really fast. Come on, let me find the Life Orb, please. Okay, Life Orb... That did what? 160, 155, 156. Yeah, 156. Yeah, that's just timid Life Orb. I mean, Drain Punch is so totally free here. I also can just go for Knockoff, which I think is a little bit of a better play into something like Comfy. I even could just choose to double. I think no matter what, I think Knockoff is good, and we are just gonna click Tera. So we resist the Hydro. If they stay in and hit me, they should go down after Life Orb recoil. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe a Bullet Punch would have to do it afterwards. Which is not too big of a deal. As they're just going to flip turn. So they're going to take a good amount of chip there from the Life Orb. If I had... Do I have rocks on my treads? No, I don't. I was going to say, if I did... That would be insane. And man, I wish I had Ice Shard because they're getting close to what that range would be. Nice. We get a knockoff on the Mandibuzz. I mean, they're probably very physically defensive. No more helmets is nice. And then Foul Play from them does knock me out here. They have to be very, very worried about my swap though. I kind of want to be really aggressive and go Weavile. Because if I go Weavile, it basically gets a kill with Triple Axle. Unless they click U-turn. Are they going to click U-turn? It's tough. I think I will go Weavile. Worst case scenario, they U-turn and they go out to Comfy, and then I can go Pecharunt. Let's see. Even if they click U-turn, it's not even doing that much to Weavile. Foul play honestly does more. Let's see. They do just U-turn. They did a lot of damage, which is fine. I don't really mind it. And I'm assuming that they go out to Comfy here. No, they go Glim. That's interesting. This Pokemon is very scary though, being able to potentially set up and sweep me. I do have Treads, which should be okay. Part of me wants to click Trailblaze this turn because it puts me in a position where next turn I would knock it out with Triple Axle. I guess maybe Knockoff is just a little bit better though if they are Power Herb. Because I assume that they're offensive based on the way that they're playing it. I'm going to go for the Knockoff, potentially sacking off my Weavile here, as we do a lot. T-Spike go up on my side, that's not too big of a deal. And we knock out the Focus Sash, okay. And they're just going to Power Gem, this is easily going to knock me out. Very, very easily. I mean, we get a free KO with Hydro Pump. If we hit all of our Hydro Pumps, we just win. Do I want to risk it like that? I don't know. This Pokemon's at about 50-ish%. Hex is never knocking them out, and Earth Power's a 2-hit KO. We also can just freely go Treads and click Rapid Spin. I actually like that idea. I mean, the Tread Spin is totally free. Even Earthquake just basically gets a kill unless they go Mandy. And if they do, that's not that big of a deal either. I also can just Iron Head. I actually think Iron Head is a little bit of a better click into the Mandibuzz. Or even Volt. I think I'm gonna Volt. I'm just gonna Volt. If they do end up staying in, then I think we go out to Rotom. I think we go Rotom on what is a for sure Earth Power this turn, right? I think we make this aggressive play. I mean, it's not that aggressive. It was really just covering for anything that they wanted to do. As yeah, they Earth Power. And I want to Volt Switch here. If they go out to the Electivire, it can be an issue. But they know that Hydro is a free click. Yeah, so we're just going to get our kill with Volt Switch. Perfect. I mean, this just ended up going swimmingly. And then... Alright. If I went out to my Pecharunt here, what does it invite in? Maybe the I don't even know what it really invites in, the Mandibuzz. And we can Toxic that Pokemon. I'm gonna go Pecha. We're gonna get rid of the T-Spikes. We should live any hit from any Pokemon on their team. Don't have to worry about T-Spikes anymore at all. And if they go Mandibuzz, we just click Toxic. If they go out to the Iron Bundle, what do we do? I could recover. I also could just go straight out to Hariyama. Might be the better play. Not 100% sure. Let's see. Bundle. I know they're Life Orbs. They're going to do a lot. No, they just got to Mandibuzz. Okay. So Mandibuzz defensive. We should be able to outrun this thing because there's no way they're running that much speed. And I just click Toxic. I'm very surprised that they were not Covert Cloak on this Pokemon. But we get our Toxic off for free. For free. We get a Confusion on them as well. Which should put us in a decent spot. We'll see if they hit themselves. Not really that important for me if they do or not. As no, they're just going to Roost. I mean, they never win this exchange. They just can't. Which is very, very nice for me. Foul Play does a decent chunk, but it doesn't even bring me into Citrus range. I mean, with them being badly poisoned, Malignant Chain still does more. And if they switch, you know, I would catch that pretty well. So we'll go for a Malignant. I will hit them with that. Yeah, that's decent damage, actually. Let's see them hit themselves. Come on, Petrarunt. Yep, you do a little bit of your magic. They do 0 damage to themselves. That's fine. Now they're basically down to 50%. Malignant Chain is just the freest click in the world. I also could go potentially out to something like Treads. If I get a spin up, then it probably just wins. And Treads definitely just wins if I get a spin up. Maybe on this Roost turn here, I go hard Treads. Is that crazy? Does it put me in a bad spot if they U-turn out to bundle here? I mean, it probably means I have to choose a sack. I think it's a little bit safer just to click Malignant Chain here. I'm gonna get this thing down to about 25%. There's a good chance that they click Roost here. They do snap out, that's fine. And they do Roost. But I mean, they're always taking way too much and they can never switch in. Look at this toxic damage just racking up. And we have plenty of Malignant Chains at this point. Also have plenty of recovers, even if they were to hit me. Obviously, no confusion anymore. We get a nice, huge crit as they U-turn. So Mandibuzz is basically dead, which is awesome. Bundle probably comes out here with a Life Orb. We actually should always live Hydro Pump unless they crit me, which there's a solid chance knowing how my luck goes. I also might just choose to go for a Freeze Dry, knowing what my switch in could potentially be. And Malignant Chain knocks this Pokemon out. So I click it every single time. They're gonna Hydro Miss. That is very unfortunate, but I don't think it mattered in terms of this game at all. I think this game is basically, it's been over. Like maybe the potential is for them to set up with Comfy, but I mean, no matter what, it's not that big of a deal. All right, they go out to this Pokemon. I mean, I think if they're Tera Steel, which is what I'm worried about. Electivire, we know they're no bulk. If they were Tera Steel, Hex does not quite knock them out. I think we have to Malignant Chain, or we could just recover here. I could even swap if I wanted to. All right, but on the off chance that they are Tera Steel, if I were to Hex twice, I think I would just beat them. If they're Adamant, we also outspeed them. I definitely don't want to get swept by anything. But no matter what, I think I should be fine with Rotom in the back. I could even go hard out to it. Okay, I think Hex is better because I have Bullet Punch in the back. So I'm going to click Hex. There's no reason for them to be a normal type. Although I guess it is the same risk, basically. As they're Tera Dark. Okay, I mean, that sucks. It definitely sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. We just Hex versus them, probably in Bullet Punch range, as they Trailblaze. I mean, that's doing basically nothing. And if they're Tera Blast, I'm not sure if that's their best move to hit us with. They barely do anything. I just Malignant here. Yeah, they're gonna Tera Blast. This should do 218 max. And that's from Adamant. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if they were Adamant or not, but I get my Berry off. And then we are just going to hit them with a Malignant. I guess I should have just clicked it last turn, but it is what it is. Not really that big of a deal. Now what do they have? They have Comfy. And what is the last Pokemon on their team? Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is dead on switch in. Comfy's dead on switch in. Petrarunt's just gonna sweep this game. I don't think there's anything they can do about it. I can still recover up. They're gonna go out to the Mandibuzz here. I mean, we just knock him out with Malignant every single time. It only leaves us 2 more Malignants for the Comfy, but I think we should be fine. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think Petrarunt is just gonna prove why it's so good. I mean, not even like we're speedy HP. That's all. max speed, max HP basically on this set, and it's just doing way too much to their team and not taking very much. So let's click Malignant Chain. It should just be able to knock him out from here. They do Calm Mind. I think we should still be fine. I don't think there's any way they can still beat us, especially if we get the Toxic here. Yeah, we do 50% and we get the Toxic. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. It Comfy. I did not get a glimpse of what their kind of set was, but stored power from this guy, if they're max modest, can only do 206 to me, so I should be okay here. So yeah, I'll click Malignant one last time, use my last one on them. Let's see. They're gonna stored power. We should always live. Yes, we do. Perfect. I mean, that's where the miss mattered for sure. It's just on that type of damage. But yeah, good game to my opponent. Definitely annoying that they missed a Hydro Pump in there, but I mean, it's the game. And Petrun, I mean, was just destroying them anyways. They didn't really have much they could do. If you guys do enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. That's going to be about it for me. See you in the next one. Peace out.